Hi year three, now welcome back to our last day of our maths. Get out of practice. How crazy. I can't believe that we've finished like half a year working at home. And I've been such an amazing YouTube star. Maybe not quite. But we've been trying our hardest and I know you've been working so hard at home. So let's go out with a bang with measuring volume in milliliters and litres. Okay, so question number one. What is the volume of water in each beaker? Now, these questions are quite difficult to read. So what we're going to do is we're going to rely on our knowledge of the little lines and what they stand for. Okay, because I can read the top part. I know the very, very top says 100. Now you might see jugs like this in real life that only have the top one. And you can't read the other one, especially if you've had like a measuring jug for quite a while. Then the numbers start to wear off. So I know the top one is 100, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines going down. Main lines. There's two small lines there, but I'm going to ignore them for now. 10 full-size lines going down. So that tells me 100 divided by 10, each line here is going to be worth 10. So let's count in our tens to see how far up. So we've got 0 at the bottom, then 10, 20, 30. So I know in this jug there is 30 watt. Again, quite tricky, but I know there's two letters there, so it's not going to be liters, it's going to be 30 milliliters. Now let's try question number 2, or question B, sorry. Again, there are 10 intervals, 10 lines, and it's 100 milliliters I can see at the top, so that means each interval is worth 10, so let's count in our tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So in this one, there's 80 milliliters. Now question C is a little bit easier to read. This one doesn't go up to 100 milliliters. What is the fullest, what is the maximum capacity of this beaker? So the maximum capacity of this one is 500 milliliters. But where does the water fill to? It goes past 100, 200. So there's 200. What do you think these little lines in the middle are for? What did we say they were for yesterday? If it's halfway in between each 100, it's going to be that 150. So if it stopped here, it would have been 150. Okay. Now D, these ones are a lot clearer to read, don't worry. D is one of those questions where it stops halfway in between. So we know we have 100 here, 200, 300, 400, and then it's halfway in between 400 and 500, which is going to be 450 milliliters. Now, question E, this jug goes all the way up to 1 litre. And where does the water stop? The water stops at this line here, this interval here, which is the 300 milliliter mark. Now, the final one of this question, we've got one more question after this. Where does the water go to? So again, this beaker goes up to 1 litre, but the water stops at 700 milliliters. Okay. Now, question 2, again, a little bit tricky because they're hard to read, just because of the way the computer has them rather than them being printed. It's a bit blurry. But it said, what is the capacity of each container? So let's do the Coke bottle first. So we know this one is easy. We can read this one, it's 500. So there's that much in the Coke bottle that's gone into two different beakers. So the first beaker is 500 milliliters. We know that one. Now the second beaker, I'm not sure if you can read it, but I can see that it's 100 at the top. And I know that each line is going to be worth 10 milliliters then. So let's count our tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, I've lost count, sorry. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 milliliters in that one. So if we have 570 milliliters, 570, you can kind of hear the answer there. 570 milliliters in that bottle of cola. Okay, now let's look at our orange juice. Again, this one really, really easy. Straight to the top, 500 milliliters. This one also quite easy because it's at its fullest capacity, which is, you can see the 100 milliliters. This one Very, very blurry, but we'll try. We can count in our tens, remember, for this one. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 millilitres. So we've got 500 and 150. So 500 and 100, that's easy. That's 600. So 650, you can hear the answer again. 650 millilitres of delicious orange juice. Okay, so hopefully you can read the units or the intervals and the numbers on the worksheets today. If not, try and count up like I have, or if your parents have a login for Maths No Problem on the actual computer on the website, check there. It might be a bit easier for you to see. If you are really struggling, don't worry about it. There's lots of challenges to do on our maths page. Just do one of them instead. I don't want anybody to get like a sore head from trying to read them too much. And we've covered all this, so you should know it anyway. But I just want to say a massive thank you for working so hard at home and working so hard in school. You've been the best Year 3 maths class. Super clever. I'm really proud of how hard you've worked and how well everybody's done this year. So I hope you all keep it up, ready for Year 4. Just a little tip. Year 4, you've got a times tables test, and make sure you get on TT Rockstars over the summer holidays and keep practicing your 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 8s and 10s ready for next year. Alright, thank you for a fantastic year, Year 3, and I wish you all the best for next year. Bye!